Hello, I'm Sensei Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Silly Chickens. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. One of my jobs here on the homestead is to feed the chickens and change out their water twice a day. Sometimes, if it's cold in the winter, I may have to do it 3 or 4 times a day because their water may freeze, and thus it'll need to be replaced to ensure they have something clean to drink. But there's another reason I also have to change out their water, and that's because they have the very strange habit of defecating in their food and water sources. Now, I don't think they do this on purpose. Chickens are much like, I believe, all birds in that they have no control over their bowels. The food just works its way through their system, and by the time it gets to the end, it comes out wherever they are and whenever it feels like it. The situation is added to by the fact that chickens compete in the pecking order by trying to find the highest places to roost. So they'll try to get on rocks that are taller than other rocks. They'll try to get up to the highest points in trees. And sometimes, when they're in the coop, that means that they like to stand on their food and water sources or find a roosting spot that's just above them. Now, I've experimented quite a bit moving the food and the water around in different areas of the coop, but somehow they always find a way on top. And once they get on there, nature takes its course. So, in order to ensure they always have clean water to drink, I always have to take it out, clean out the water feeder, and the cycle starts again. But again, it's important to note the chickens aren't doing this on purpose. They don't want to destroy their water sources. They just don't know any better. Oftentimes, people do things in much the same way. When our minds are clouded with desire, it's much like defecation moving through the system of a chicken. We have no control over our actions. We just do whatever, whenever, without really thinking too much about it. As a result, we can make our lives much harder than we need to be, accidentally harming ourselves, harming others, ruining our sources of joy and happiness in this life through our actions. Thankfully, unlike chickens, we have a way to get around this problem. We can do that through meditation and mindfulness. By practicing meditation, focusing on the breath, we can clear our mind of defilements so that we can see the cause and effect of our actions more clearly. By practicing mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of our speech, mindfulness of our environment, our thoughts, our emotions, by paying attention, we can ensure that in those moments when we're not acting skillfully, we can minimize the damage, ensuring that we don't cause accidental harm to ourselves or others. In this way, we can stop being like silly chickens, ruining our water sources, defecating wherever we are, and instead, we can act like the Buddhas that we were meant to be. Amitabha.